Hi guys, it's Paula and I hope you are doing well. This is going to be my $1,000 Sephora fantasy shopping cart. This video was originally created by Emily Noel. She started this concept and then tagged everybody to do it along with her. So if you are a content creator and you yourself have not done the Sephora fantasy shopping cart, I am tagging you as well as Emily Noel. I was not originally planning on doing this video, but a couple of you guys requested it, and the more I started thinking about it, the more I realized that it would be kind of fun to do a Sephora fantasy shopping cart, and so that's what I did. So it wasn't that easy. I watched the first part of Emily's video last night, and she basically kind of said, like, what if you had unlimited funds? What if you had no restrictions and you could buy whatever you want? What would you buy? And I thought, well, $1,000 wouldn't even scratch the surface. So for fun, I counted up everything that is on my current loves list on my Sephora app, and I totaled it up. And at the end of this video, I will let you know what the total cost of every item that is currently on my loves list is worth. I bet you're gonna be surprised. Or maybe you won't be surprised at all, because I love makeup. And I use those loves lists to kind of keep track of everything that catches my attention, and that way I'm not obsessing about it because it's on the list, and I don't need to think about it because it's on the list. And if I need to know what it was, it's on the list. So I really rely on those lists to kind of take these thoughts that I tend to obsess about out of my head and just tell myself it's on the list. I don't need to think about it, because otherwise I'll be using up way too much energy thinking about these items that I shouldn't be thinking about because I'm on a low buy, so I can't really buy them anyways. So needless to say, with only $1,000, I couldn't get very far. In the end, my list has 16 items on it, yes, and it totals $999. This was really hard for me to narrow it down to just $1,000 because that's nothing. $1,000 doesn't get you anything at Sephora. But needless to say, I focused in on products that I cannot get on Ulta. These are all items that are very specific to Sephora, and they were kind of some high-end products. And there's a lot of palettes, of course, because I like palettes, so there's a lot of palettes on this list. So 16 items totaled $999. Let's start with the first item in no particular order. I just kind of was randomly going through my list and adding these items on. The first item is the Natasha Denona Star Palette. That costs $169. I know that's been around for a long time, but I've wanted it for a very long time. And if I had $1,000, I would go ahead and pick it up. I like it. I like that palette. There's cool tones, there's warm tones, there's neutrals, there's pops of color. I would like that palette very much, and I don't know how I've made it this long without buying it, but yep, number one would be Natasha Denona Star Palette. The next item I would be buying is another Natasha Denona palette, surprise, surprise, and that is the Bloom Cheek Palette. I love face palettes. I love face palettes, and this one took my breath away the second I saw it. I thought it was gorgeous. It's $55, which is nothing to sneeze at, but for some reason that doesn't seem totally ridiculous. I've been on a strict no buy for blush for several years now. I won't even allow myself to think about buying a blush because I have so many, but if I had $1,000 to blow with no restrictions, I would be getting that Bloom palette. The next three items on my fantasy wish list all come from Melt Cosmetics. Melt is a relatively newer brand to Sephora, and the second I saw them, I got really excited because when a brand comes to Sephora or Ulta, it makes it much more accessible to me. It makes it much more accessible to me than if I had to go to the brand or the brand's website specifically to order the products. So needless to say, there were a ton of Melt products added to my loves list when they came to Sephora. The first item is the Smoke Sessions palette, and the second item is the Gemini palette. I saw Kitsch Snitch's video about her palette going bad, moldy, whatever, I still want it. I still want those palettes. I've heard the good, I've heard the bad. I still want those palettes. I haven't been really into green eyeshadow for 2 years. I still want those palettes. I think they are beautiful and I still want them. So the Smoke Sessions palette retails for $48 and the Gemini palette retails for $58. And the last Melt Cosmetics product on my wish list is the Baby Girl eyeshadow stack. That is 5 shades. It retails for $58 and it's a lot of reds and pinky reds and orangey reds and reds. And I've wanted that for a long time too. It looks absolutely beautiful. I've been wanting to try the stacks, the magnetic stacks from Melt forever, but I've never bought any, and that would be the first one I would get if I could. The next item in my shopping cart from Sephora, my fantasy shopping cart from Sephora, would be a $30 travel spray bottle of Beach Walk from Replica. That is a lovely scent. I've only tried a sample so far, but I am all about coconut scented products. I love coconut scented perfumes and I love that sample. I would totally buy the $30 travel spray. I do have one more perfume on this list and it is the Vanille Incense from Atelier Cologne that retails for $80. I think I first heard about this perfume from Samantha Ravindal. She recommended it and I've never even smelled it, but based on how she described it, I think I would love it. So it's going in the Sephora fantasy shopping cart because you don't need to smell it if it's fantasy. I'm sure it smells amazing. I'm imagining it smelling amazing and I'm sure it is. If any of you have that perfume, let me know how it smells because I bet it smells amazing and I want to smell like that perfume. Okay, back to palettes. The next palette on my wish list is from Viseart, and that is the Grand Pro Volume 2 that retails for $175. The Grand Pro Volume 1 was also originally on this list, but it did not make the final cut. But the 2 stuck around. I think that palette is glorious. It is beautiful looking, and I would like that palette in my collection one day. That would be amazing. The next item in my Sephora fantasy shopping cart is a YSL lipstick, the Rouge Volupte lipstick to be specific. I don't care which color, I don't know which color, but in general they retail for $38 and I would like to own a YSL lipstick because I want to be one of them fancy YouTubers who own a YSL lipstick. I might build a shelf in my dining room back here to sit it for my videos so that you could see my YSL lipstick sitting behind me while I'm filming my videos. I would do that for a $38 lipstick. It would be the tiniest shelf ever, but I would do that. Okay, the next product is another lipstick. This time it is the Bobbi Brown Crushed Liquid Lipstick in the shade Give a Fig. That retails for $27. I was completely turned on to this lipstick by Emily Noel herself. She did a whole video talking about how wonderful these lipsticks are. For me, it was recent. It was over a year ago, but I'm so far behind on watching videos that for me it was recent. And I was like, oh my gosh, I want all of those lipsticks. All of the color shades look beautiful. The way she describes the formula sounds beautiful. I would like all of them. But then a few weeks later, she did another video where she showed dupes for those lipsticks that she thought were really inexpensive and comparable to the Bobbi Brown lipsticks. And it turns out I have several of those dupes because I buy what Emily Noel tells me to buy. And so I had those dupes except for one, and that was in the shade Give a Fig. So I would like to get Give a Fig since I do not own the dupe for that lipstick. The next 3 products all come from Dior. If I'm going to have a $1,000 Sephora fantasy shopping cart, you know there's going to be some Dior on there. No surprise there. The first item is the Backstage Glow Face Palette. It looks beautiful. It looks absolutely beautiful. It retails for $45, which again, doesn't seem too ridiculous to me. Maybe I'm losing it, but that doesn't seem so ridiculous to me. Maybe I should buy it. No, I should not buy it, but I would like that palette. It would be in my fantasy shopping cart for sure. Next is the Dior Air Flash Foundation. I specifically noted the shade 3.5. I've been wanting that foundation forever. It is the aerosol can spray foundation. That has been on my Sephora wish list for like 5 years. Like 5 years. And if I ever get my foundation numbers down enough to where I feel like I could justify buying another foundation, that might be the first one I get, because I've been wanting to try that forever. It looks amazing. And the last Dior product is a Dior lip glow in the shade Rosewood that retails for $34. Did I mention the Dior Air Flash foundation is $62? No, $62 for that foundation. The lip glow in Rosewood is $34. I just want it. The next item is another lip product, and that is an Hourglass Confessions Ultra Slim High Intensity Lipstick. Those are refillable. They look adorable. Kitschnitz really recommends and raves about these products, and she's probably the reason I want them as badly as I do. I did not note a specific shade, but if I was going to spend $36 on a lip product, it would probably be a very wearable pinky nude that I could throw in my purse and just wear every day. It wouldn't be a special occasion color that I only want to wear sometime. It would be the most wearable shade ever. The next item is without a doubt the newest item to my list. It just hopped on there while I was doing this. My girl Amber is the one who told me about this product because I didn't even know it was coming out, but it is the Pat McGrath Mothership Rose Decadence 6-pan palette. She sent me a screenshot of this palette and said, I immediately thought of you when I saw this palette. And then I saw the palette and I thought, that's me in a palette. If I was going to create a palette, that would be it. It is beautiful. So that's going in the shopping cart. And the last item in my Sephora Fantasy shopping cart is the most inexpensive, the cheapest item out of all the items on this list. And it is the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb in Fenty Glow. That's the original shade that they first came out with. Everybody loves that lip gloss. I would like to see what all the fuss is about. I'd like to try it. And that took me right to $999. That's ridiculous that only 16 items is what you can purchase with $999. Granted, I picked some big ticket items. So now let's get to the part where I tell you what the total of my entire Sephora Loves list is worth. Now, Ulta has a really nice feature. They have a similar setup on their app where you can create a wish list or a favorites list, but you could just click add all items to your shopping cart if you wanted to. Sephora doesn't have that. I had to write down everything specifically, pull out my calculator on my phone and add it all up because Sephora does not have that feature, which would have been very nice. I probably would have broken my app if I did that, because you guys are not gonna believe what the total of every item that I have on my Sephora Loves list is worth. I'm gonna need a minute before I choke this out. If I was to purchase today every single item that is on my Sephora Loves list in one big fell swoop, my bill for all of those items would be $19,118.50. $19,000. Do I have a Tom Ford perfume worth $350 on my Loves list? Yes, I do. I do. There are some other expensive items, but oh my gosh, $19,000 to purchase everything I would like on my Sephora Loves list? I'm done. I'm done. Thank goodness I started my low buy when I did, because I got a problem, man. I like makeup, I like expensive things, and I want them all. And that's part of my issue, is that there's no nice middle ground for me. I'm very much all or nothing. I want it all or I want nothing at all. I am ridiculous. Thank goodness I started my low buy when I did. I hope you guys enjoyed watching my version of the $1,000 Sephora Fantasy Shopping Cart. I know that your feed has probably been full of these for the last couple of months, and I know I'm kind of late to the game, but a few people requested I do this, and like I said, once I gave it some thought, I realized it would be really fun to do, and it was really fun to do. So I hope you enjoyed seeing what my $1,000 shopping cart would look like. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm just sad that we can't make more faces. Because my lip is numb. And it just wants me to touch it all day. See when I try to.
No. Let me see your smile. Oh, the smile's pretty good. You just can't make a good sad face, huh?
I can't make a kiss face.
Oh, let me see your kiss face. Oh. Oh, yeah, no, that's not right. It'll be back. Oh, it'll be back to normal soon. I'm so sorry, buddy.
Can I do a video?
Yes. What kind of video do you want to do?
I'll do a video about ice cream that I love.
How does an ice cream video look?
You pick the different ice cream that you like, and that's the kind you like it, and then you pick M&Ms and chocolate chips.
What kind of ice cream do you like?
Vanilla, chocolate, and chocolate. And I love white M&Ms and blue M&Ms and red M&Ms and purple and blue. And I will tell you what food chocolate chips I like. I like vanilla chocolate chips and chocolate chips.
Chocolate chips sounds delicious.
And I like vanilla.
Vanilla, no. I just like chocolate. That's all I want is chocolate all day long.
And what flavor of ice cream do you like, Mom?
Moose Tracks.
Okay. Moose Track chocolate?
Chocolate Moose Tracks with chocolate ice cream.
Okay.
That's the good stuff.
And with short. And I'll tell you what shorts we're wearing. My mommy's wearing a blue shirt and I'm wearing a Kit Kat short.
Yep. It's so cute.
And I'll tell you what pants we're wearing. Mommy is wearing blue pants and I'm wearing gray with unicorn hearts and squiggles.
Squiggles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And diamonds.
Yep.
And what toy Mommy likes to play with is makeup.
Yep, that's true. That is the toy. What toy do you like to play with?
I like to play with my notebook.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what we like to write with.
What do you like to write with?
I like to write A plus A.
What's A plus A?
C.
Of course.
And Mommy does a great math problem. It's my silly math problem.
You do have some silly math problems. Give me an example of a silly math problem.
Mom, what's ladybug plus ladybug?
I don't know. What's ladybug plus ladybug?
You need alphabet.
Is it leaf?
Yeah.
Oh, I got it right.
You got one in bed too.
Oh, yeah. Good. I must be getting smarter.
Yeah, you are.
Thanks.
And Daddy's getting small of my silly math problems too.
Yeah.
And Daddy says, we silly math problems. I was like, what's ladybug? And he said, leaf. Yeah. And I gave Daddy math problem too today. And I know my math problems too. And I know what was leaf plus leaf.
What's leaf plus leaf?
Branch.
Branch. What's hamburger plus hamburger?
Poo-poo.
Poo-poo!